today, haven't we?
Yep. It's been that kind of a day to bring your broom into practice. That kind of wicket. The odd ball stops on you, and sweep is a very good scoring shot.
Not afraid to toss it up, Lalit Rajabanshi.
A good comeback from Mahato in the last over. He was hit for a 6, and then that hard length again. Hit high on the bat, and look at that for some catch. Outstretched arms from Mohsin, who's playing this game. Had a bit of a break in the last game, replacing Joshua Trump. Lalit Rajabanshi can't get him away that easily. Bhim Sharkey had a good knock in the last game. Spent a fair bit of time in the middle, 31 of 40. But he'd want to continue that good form and also improve that strike rate.
Yeah, but at the moment he's struggling to get off the mark. 6 deliveries and yet to find a run. Number 1 all-rounder, Karan Casey, please can I have your jersey? I think he's seen it on camera, on the screen. Excellent delivery. There's just missing that outside edge, and yep, tossed up again.
Beautifully bowled. It's not afraid to toss it up. Look at that for flight and guile. Good drift in and then spin as well. Beating him, all ends up. This is terrific bowling from Rajbanshi.
Inside edge, he'll wait to get off the mark. Bhim Sharkey, that's the end of the 4th. It's 20 for 1.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs le buzeko cha. Your way of quality living.
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस् सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Great to see the locals have homegrown role models.
It's a terrific young bunch, this. Just like Rohit Paudel, Dipendra Singh Airi, Karan Casey, the young, the prime of their cricketing career. And they've got such a role to play in being role models for the next generation. And they're all good, very humble people. That's the best part.
Jimmy Neesham, and he starts with a wide. And what you just said, the key word for me is young. It means that they have still got the time to develop, and it allows for the next batch to come into it.
Neesham starts with a wide. Lot expected of him, very experienced cricketer. Played so much for New Zealand, played World Cups.
This has popped up. A bit of extra bounce and a bit of confusion. Nearly run out on that one after all the action.
Lots happening in that delivery. First of all, it just popped up on the batter. The batsman was just taken aback a little bit, Eskenazi. Luckily for him, it didn't carry to the short third fielder. Yeah, look at that. Had no control over it. Bhim Sharkey was just running for a single. And all he had to do was collect it, which Neesham didn't. He was not happy with the fielder, Jimmy Neesham.
Driven, and driven really well. It's going to find the boundary. Stephen Eskenazi is finally starting to find his groove out in the middle.
Yeah, Eskenazi needed this. He's been fighting hard and to find the middle of the bat. And that one was straight off the screws. Nicely, the weight going into the shot. And then picked up the gap as well. And once you beat the infield, it's such a good outfield that you have no chance. It's another Super 4 powered by Encel. 25 for 1. Yeah, Manali, I liked what you said. They're young and, you know, they're setting a good culture for the young generation to follow. Hard-working, very humble people. But as much as they are humble, they have a fight in them, which is always very gratifying to see.
Yeah, they believe, they work hard, they're humble. Got a lot of things going in the positives for them.
Great opportunity for Monty Desai and Rohit Paudel to build this culture for the generations to follow. And Nepal needs it after people like Paras Khadka have just moved through. This is the time for this generation to build on something special.
This is well bowled. No room, good length, and it's a dot.
Very clever from James Neesham. He rolled his fingers over the ball. It was a leg cutter type delivery, which just held on the surface. Eskenazi found the ball coming to him ever so slowly. He was into the, she almost played 3 shots for that ball and then had to defend it in the end.
Pulled away. And pulled away in the gap. It's 2 boundaries in this over off of Jimmy Neesham, and it's Eskenazi who gets them both times. It's the end of the 5th. Correction, there's one more delivery to come. There was a wide on that first delivery.
Yeah, that'll break the shackles a little bit. This time it was pace on, and Eskenazi liked it. Comfortable waist high shot. And he had so much time that he pulled it well in front of mid-wicket for 4.
Played into the leg side again, and it should just be a single. It will be the end of the 5th now, 30 for 1.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
NPL वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो PRBT सेट गर्नुभयो त डाउनलोड एन्सेल एप नाउ or dial *123*6#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Really starting to move towards the business end of these group stages. 28 matches make them up. And remember, only 4 from 8 can continue towards that grand final on Saturday, the 21st of December. Back into the team, Mohammed Mohsin, and rightly so. I think he's been one of the picks of the tournament. You won't see him towards the top of the wicket takers charts. You may not see his numbers anywhere but the economy stakes, but I think he's been quite brilliant. The leg spinner, still the best economy in the tournament apart from Harmeet Singh, but he's only bowled 4 overs, so we're not going to count that. As I welcome and wish a warm good afternoon to HD Ackerman.
And it is a warm good afternoon. Sun's out. Needs a few runs, the Englishman. Eskenazi. Shot, nice stroke. It's a very crowded cover region, but he still manages to find the gap there, does Bimsharki.
Yeah, I think Bimsharki for me is a very good ODI player, and we saw him playing ODI-esque innings yesterday. 31 off 40. Today he was 1 off 8 in kind of a higher scoring T20s. You think he's already hurt the team significantly with that. And that's outside the off stump, so not going to be given out. But if he can catch up, if he can play an innings again of 40 off 40 or 45 off 50, that's a good contribution to the team. Again, we don't quite know what the higher score is going to be this afternoon. Gone. All too easy. He's been found out by the wrist spin. It's turned sharply, stuck in the surface a touch. He's so skillful, Mohamed Mohsen. And he's got another wicket to his name.
This is the amount of variations that Mohsen has. He hasn't spun a lot of balls this over, but this one is the big spinning left-hand leg spinner. And he can barely reach it. That is as simple as they come. And all of a sudden, the Gurkhas are 2 down. A few balls for his 4. Bim has to go. 35 for 2.
Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty to close out the 6th over on the power play. It's 35 for 2.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
जहाँ पनि रम्पम छँदैछ नि रम्पम छँदैछ नि
to the mix. Raj Banshi to bowl his 3rd, given. The question was height, but he's so deep in the crease. Trapped deep, Stevie Eskenazi. The wickets, they keep tumbling.
And so often, it's the one that goes straight on rather than the big spinner. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm giving that out as well. And I think you're spot on, Lenny. It's how deep he is in the crease. The ball doesn't have a long way to travel once it hits him on the thigh. He's disappointed. He's got another start. Eskenazi goes for 17. The Gurkhas, they're in trouble here in the outside the power play. 35 for 3.
Well, there's a reason why I describe Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi as the premier left-arm spinner in the country. And that is not a mantle you win easily because of the quality of left-arm spin here in Nepal. I think we've seen 19 now, 19 local players who bowl left-arm spin. And Rajbanshi, for me, yet again showing why he's the best in them all formats too, T20 and ODI. He's so skillful, and as you rightly said, he so often beats the batter on the inside. I think this is a good decision.
Yeah, I don't even think that's hitting the bails. I think it's hitting underneath the bails, middle and leg.
Sumit Maharjan to the crease. He's had a decent little tournament. That one now rags.
Now this is what he does to you. He bowls one that he tries to spin and it spins big. And then you look for the spin and he undercuts it and it goes straight on and it hits you straight on the shin bone.
edged. Thank you very much. Off you go. Rajbanshi again. Get out the trademark celebration. Point the fingers to the sky. He's on fire, and the Bolts springing back into life after their first defeat yesterday.
Just a classic left arm orthodox dismissal. Watch how the ball dips. He gets lovely flight, but the ball almost falls off the end of a table. And he now goes to the very top of the table, and richly deserved as our highest wicket taker. Maharajan goes for 0, bowled by the very impressive Rajbanshi again, 35 for 4.
Rashid Khan to the crease. That one was really tossed up. This is the classic left arm orthodox dismissal. It's the drift into the right-hander, then the dip, the turn away, and catches at first slip off spinners do not come any easier. Anil Shah gleefully holds on. Maharajan's gone for a 3-ball duck. And it's so nearly 35 for 5, but it's a double wicket maiden. The score is 35 for 4.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आको रकम
वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
I dare to overcome every...
Both Nepal players, both for the Bolts, 10 wickets apiece. And then in third place, or joint third place, Pratish GC. So the local bowlers and the local batters. Remember, Rohit Powell's top of the table, showing the overseas stars how to do it here in these conditions at the TU.
But again, it highlights if you want to be near the top of the table as a team, you need a strong bowling department. Runs is pretty, but your bowlers, they win you tournaments. There's no doubt about it.
And somewhere in a team hotel, Rohit Powell is nodding his head in agreement. He says, tell me all about it. We've got 270. I'm taking 7 wickets, and my team are already out of the comp with a game to go. The real problem now for the Gurkhas here is that, yes, we know Erasmus is a world-class player, but Mohammad Mohsin is just going to keep it so tight in these middle overs. How does he approach it? All he can do for the moment is knock it around for ones.
I had a brief discussion with Gerard Erasmus at the close of play yesterday, and I asked him why he didn't implement his strong stroke of the sweep. And he said, look, I thought about it. He said, but I've actually developed this shot over the top of the bowler's head, just a little punch down the ground that I'm playing really well lately, and it ended up leading to my dismissal. And my response to him was, it just might not have been the surface to be going down the ground, and rather to implement your cross-bat sweep shots. He needs to spend some time at the wicket though, Gerard Erasmus. Just a brief amount. 8 gone, 39 for 4.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस् तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौं
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Neocool solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsle बुझेको छ. Your way of quality living.
Third win to apply that pressure on the sides currently occupying the top 4 places. We're not going to see Rajbanshi continue, which for me, I'm not sure if I agree with it, to be honest. He was in such rhythm, just keep him going. Instead, we'll see Arniko Yadav, who's very much a utility player, handy runs at the end. And Bodhi's kind of slingy left arm orthodox, and in for his 3rd match now today. You'd almost love a montage, wouldn't you, of all the different left-arm spinners, because no 2 of them are even really close to the same.
It's a nightmare for a newcomer to Nepal because I just keep mixing them all up. I don't know which one's which. But this is a very indifferent action. Majority of the time the ball will just slide on with the arm, but every now and again you might find, a bit like the great Indian left-arm spinner Ravi Jadeja, who undercuts the ball, every now and again one might just grip here and spin.
There is that strong sweep, looking for the slog sweep, and that one did turn. And also, because he's coming so wide of the crease, because of that really wide arm action, have a look at where this comes from. Angles in, bites, turns away. This time it's a drag down and helped away to the shorter side. That'll be 4. Erasmus gets his first boundary.
You've got to be nimble on your feet here, not only coming down the wicket, but when you go back and across to try and play this pull shot, you need to get into position quickly so that you can pick the gap out on the leg side. Erasmus does it all.
This time, down the ground. 2 boundaries in the over. Nice little counter punch from the Gurkhas, led by Erasmus. It's 48 for 4.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन delightful.
That's the googly and a misfield. That'll get Erasmus back on strike. We look at the points table here, HD. Are the sides beneath the Gurkhas cheering on Janakpur here in a big way?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, every single team behind the Gurkhas is saying, come on, the Bolts. Because if the Bolts do win this, that's where he's smart. He gets that fine now. He says, run hard, run hard. A little misfield, and we've seen a lot of those. Gets them through for 3. Yeah, if the Bolts win this, it's still anyone's game to get into that sort of 4th and 3rd position.
Yeah, and the only side that continues to be out of the reckoning is the Lumbini Lions. Yes, Sandeep Lamachani and Kevin O'Brien's Kings have it all to do, but in theory, they can win their last 2. They'll need to win them by big margins as well and try to get into a tie on 6 points. For the Avengers, with that super over win, there'll definitely be hope, particularly with the form of Andreas Haus. He's an incredible ball striker, isn't he?
I thought he was off and running again today. Got a start. He'll entertain us again, there's no doubt about it, but for the Avengers, they've got some other players now who found some form. Reefer, player of the match performance.
Well, Reefer did it all, not just in normal time, in extra time too, in the stoppage over, or in the extra, the super over even. 17 runs, and then the hero with the ball. Gets us to the halfway stage of the first innings of the second game of the day. Time for a drink for all the players. The Gurkhas, having won the toss, decided to bat first. They're 54 for 4.
तर यो जित्ती दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जित्ती दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश आजका मोडर्न गर्लको कन्फिडेन्टको एउटा आधार सफ्टी स्यानिटरी न्यापकिन्स विङ्स टु फ्लाइ हाई मिल्दोजुल्दो नामसँग नझुकिनु होला पातको चिन्ह भएको सफ्टी नै रोज्नु होला
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ
त्यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ
Nepal Medicity Hospital, world-class healthcare services, accessible and affordable for all, for a healthy and prosperous nation.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Minto Fresh. Freshness that bonds.
Himsta for a complete home.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsle buzeko cha your way of quality living.
Himsta for a complete home.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Scored 40 in the chase a couple of days ago that got them the win. And that's been the problem. You need one batter to stand up, stand out, and hold fort in the middle. They've not had batters getting the runs for them.
Yeah, correct. But I think they've somehow got to try and get to that 120 mark. I think that's part, surely, on these. I know we saw some lower scores yesterday. But the key is wickets in hand. But the 4 down already, the Gurkhas, and they need a partnership. This partnership's already 19 from 21. It needs to be there for at least another 3, 4, 5 overs, and then they can hit at the end and somehow get around that 120 mark.
That's nicely struck. Just use the depth of the crease. Deep point and position. Yeah, we saw 139 in the earlier match. Scores of 11 went into a super over. So as you rightly said, Darren Goff, 120 should be a score you should keep in mind.
Yeah, I think so. But like I say, you look at the scores as the games went on yesterday. The first games were 123, played 51, and then it was a 103, plays 85. So low scores as the game went on. So it'll be interesting how this plays.
Yeah, and that's why, as you mentioned, this partnership is important for them. Rashid and Erasmus. Erasmus can bat. He needs support at the other end.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think at the start of the innings, you win the toss and you bat, and you try and say, look, let's try and get a good base. Let's keep some wickets in hand. But 120's got to be the target.
No, you need to bowl good balls. Come on.
Something to bowl up 120. You can defend it. You know, you can put pressure on them in the power play. The opposition has to come out and get a good start.
Yeah, he's bowled well. just the 3 runs. He's a very fine competitor. Sher Malla done with over number 11. It's 57 for 4.
नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्। ती सपनाहरूलाई पूरा गर्नुस्, खुलेर जिउनुस्। सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौं।
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश, यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsle बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
DHI happier home. Today sahe.
7 and 9 per over and get them over 120. Darren.
Well, a 7 and over I'd take if I was the coach of the Gurkhas. I'd be thinking 7 and over from here. I'd be happy with that. Take us to that 120 mark. I think that's the magic number.
Yeah, he just followed the bat over there. Down the leg side, it's going to be 5 wides, I reckon. Does it have enough legs? Yes, it does. They need to be careful over here, the bowls. They have the game by its grasp. They can't let the momentum shift.
Yeah, that's a poor delivery. You're playing on a pitch. I mean, that is probably one of the worst deliveries I've ever seen in my life. He totally lost rhythm. Came wide of the crease round the wicket and just didn't come out of the hand at all. 5 wides.
And this one kept low. The surface has been a little tricky, and that's Kishore Mahato. He got the first wicket today, Kishore Mahato, of Michael Levitt. Darren, you did see him from close range. What are your thoughts about him?
Well, watched him yesterday and watched him today, and I've been very impressed. I think he's one of those bowlers that comes onto the bat a lot quicker than you would expect. He makes it carry through to the keeper.
Taken, lovely catch at covers. They are celebrating. It's the captain, Anil Kumar Shah. Big wicket here. Harnik over the wicket. And Rashid has to depart. Half the side back in the dugout for the Gurkhas.
Well, he's come back well here, Raniko. After a terrible delivery that went for 5, he's come back well with his round arm, left arm spin. A drive covered, but a wonderful diving catch by Amil. Amazing catch diving forward. That can be very difficult then. Delight for the Bolts. Another much needed wicket. And unfortunately Rashid Khan, he falls for 7. And the Gurkhas 63 for 5 in trouble.
Dan Dotwaite, he's had a couple of 20s in this tournament, but he can hit the ball long and hard. He has to give company to Erasmus. This partnership is key once again. This vital association can help the Gurkhas. But Arniko has settled into a very fine line and length. 1 wicket can really give you the confidence.
Yeah, but let's have partnerships are the key, and they keep saying it, but it's so important on these sort of pitches. Batters coming in find it very difficult to get going. It takes them 5, 6, 7 balls to get used to the pace of the pitch. How much is it turning? How much is it bouncing?
Yeah, they deny that single of the misfield, and that's a very smart decision as well. What an over this has turned out to be. Began with 5 wides, comes back to get a wicket. 6 runs coming off this over. 63 for 5 after 12.
Dish Home, खुशीको कनेक्सन।
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsle बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
क्रिकेटमा जितको मजा र फोनमा टेक्नोको मजा कसैले बिट गर्न सक्दैन, बिकज टेक्नो प्रोवाइड्स बेस्ट क्वालिटी, बेस्ट सर्भिस एन्ड बेस्ट सिग्नल। टेक्नो स्मार्टफोन रोजी
quick single. And I'll tell you what happened in the last over. We did see Rashid Khan go for that hit because before that, in the previous over, Malla gave away only 3 runs. And that's what happens when the bowler at the other end as well, Darren, helps you. You've got to complement each other.
Absolutely. It's not just about batters putting partnerships together. It's about bowlers creating partnerships and putting pressure on the opposition. You put pressure on the opposition and wickets fall.
It's so important. Spin has become as this tournament has progressed, Darren.
It is. We've definitely seen that. A lot of turn, a lot of a bounce. And the batters have gradually got to find their way and how to score and get themselves to a reasonable score. And I think 120 is still going to be that target.
Yeah, you can sense that the batters are throwing caution to the winds in the middle.
Yeah, there's some urgency, but the worry is the 5 down. There's still quite a few overs to go. 5 wickets down for the Gurkhas.
Partnership still to grow and blossom. And this is miscued. Cries of catch it yet again. This will take a spectacular effort. And what a catch! You cannot keep them out of action this afternoon. And that's Asif Sheikh, I reckon. That's a brilliant pouch in the deep. They have taken 3 spectacular catches today. And the Janakpur bowls are bringing out brilliance in the middle.
Well, they've been on fire in the field as the Janakpur bolts. They're really now starting to dominate this game. Again, Douthwaite, a nothing shot really. Just trying to flick it through to the leg side, another leading edge, but what a bit of fielding in the deep. Delighted is Malla, the bowler. Grateful, but Douthwaite, there he goes, 1 off just 5 balls. Caught Asif in the deep, 66 for 6.
Welcome to the land of unparalleled beauty. Nepal is a treasure trove, indeed. But at the moment, the Kathmandu Gurkhas are all over the turf. Pratik Shrestha walks out a best of 20 for him, team in dire straits. And that ball is turning both ways. Very hard to pick Sher Malla if you're a new batter. Douthwaite as well. It's closed the face of the bat and got a leading edge.
Yeah. A thick edge from Patik, runs away for a 4. Much needed boundary for the Gurkhas.
Yeah, they'll welcome all these runs coming their way. It's 70 for 6 after over number 13.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Dish Home, Khushigo Connection.
DHI Happier Home. Today's hai.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Yeah, that kept low. He had to go deep into his crease. Nicely fielded in the deep. The catching and fielding has been brilliant to the bowls today. They had an off day yesterday, but they've come back well.
Oh, they've been superb in the field. Great energy. I think they were disappointed with yesterday's performance. They know they've got to come out today on fire. One of the favourites for the competition. Had an off day, but they're back on it today. Excellent in the field. 71 for 6, the Gurkhas. A bit of a collapse. They've got to try and get a reasonable total.
Good boys, come on.
What can they defend? Where can they get to from here? What can they get to? They need to get a partnership together. They need someone to strike some boundaries, rotate the strike.
Look at that for again an effort in the middle. I've just liked the commitment. It's been brilliant. And there he is. Bring out the smile, sir. That's the happy then, sparkling smile. Fan of the match. They're having a whale of a time in the middle. He's seeing himself on the big screen as well, Darren.
He wants to smile. Show those teeth off. Lovely teeth.
Yeah, they say a smile is the curve that sets everything straight, Darren.
Well, why wouldn't you smile when you're at the cricket? A lovely sunny day, beautiful country.
And when the camera is on you and you're on the big screen as well, you've got to bring out that big grin. And right now that grin is missing for the Kathmandu Gurkhas.
It soon changes though in cricket. We've seen you've got to get yourself out of a hole. Got themselves in a deep hole at the moment, the Gurkhas.
Only 4 runs of over number 14. It's become difficult to find the boundaries at the moment. It's 74 for 6.
NPL वा आफ्नो मन पर्ने टीम को एन्थम लाई आफ्नो PRBT सेट गर्नु भयो त डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123*6#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
Away, Levitt, Sharkey, Sumit, Rashid flattered to deceive. Dan Doubtweight as well perished in his bid to accelerate. The Kathmandu Gurkhas winning the toss. They're 74 for 6 after over number 14.
No need to go too much.
Yeah, we're in over number 15 and we have a slip in place for Raj Banshi. He's 2 for 8 after 3. That's what you have to do when you have your premier bowler in operation. Just back him and give him the field he wants. Great captaincy. There, he beats the bat, but the fielding, the catching of balls has been spectacular today.
Absolutely, and Rajabanshi has been superb. 2 for 8 from 3.1. Fantastic performance for the Bolts.
Wild swing, this ball is turning. Very smart bowling.
Just bowl like that.
And here we go. Beautiful delivery. Turn, bounce. The batter nowhere near it. Nowhere.
Why you are trying too many things? Just bowl normal.
Yeah, you can just listen to Milanta behind the stumps telling Raj Banshi, why are you trying too hard? Just leave it the way it's coming out of your hand. That's more like it. 4 dots, Darren.
Exactly, and I agree with you. There's no need for variation. Natural variation is the best. He's bowling well, he's turning the ball, the other one's going straight on with the arm. There's no need to try anything special. Just keep using the facilities, put it on a good length and let the pitch do the work.
Yeah, the pressure is building. 5 dot deliveries. That one came in with the arm, the batter looking to play with the turn.
And that's what we're talking about, natural variation. Again, a wonderful pace. Just went on with the arm. Natural variation.
Yet again, great returns for a very, very skilled bowler. He's very good at his craft, Raj Banshi. 2 for 8 into his final delivery of his 4 overs. The pressure was building and it eventually tells. Pratik plays across the line and Raj Banshi strikes. What a champion bowler he is.
You're right there, Raj Banshi, champion, the last ball. Not very intelligent cricket there from the Gurkhas. It's his last delivery of his 4 over spells. But he's given a bit of air, the temptation. 4 overs, Raj Banshi. Excellent figures of 3 for 8. He's delighted, his team are delighted. The Bolts are on fire, and Pratik goes for 6, and the score now is a poor 74 for 7.
Dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
More than that, they've been really good, the Bolts. Tightening the screws. Rajbansi 3 for 8 in his 4 overs. Quite incredible figures for the left arm tweaker. Now Karan Casey makes his way to the middle. Someone's got to stick around with Erasmus.
Mawson coming in for his final over. 1 for 15. These are some exceptional bowling figures. They've kept themselves in the contest through and through, the Bolts.
It's not that they've got options, the Bolts. They've got dangerous options. I mean, this man, highly impressive. See why he is the #1 left-arm spinner here in Nepal.
Tries to go down the ground and cannot find the boundary. It's Gerard Erasmus, the lone man standing, seen a few wickets go down the other end, and this time he sees himself out as well. Mawson coming in, picks up his 2nd wicket.
I mentioned dangerous options. Is there anything more dangerous than this man with his variations? He was the last hope, really, Gerard Erasmus. Mawson now has 2. Muller still has 2 overs remaining. Erasmus goes for 20. They're almost done, the Gurkhas. 74 for 8.
Bolts are happy. Shab Alam walks out to the middle. You spoke about dangerous bowling options. We haven't even seen Harsh Tucker. He's picked up wickets regularly for him. Haven't needed him to date. A wicket to Kishore, 3 to Rajbanshi, 2 to Mawson. Everyone except for Jimmy Neesham's now picked up a wicket.
I think the decision here from Gerard Erasmus was, look, I can nudge and nurdle it here for the next 5 overs, but we need runs. Perishes in the cause.
Saying about 120, 130 might end up being a competitive score. At this point, I don't think they're getting there. In fact, they're at risk of being bowled out, the Gurkhas.
That's a long way. 120, 130, that's miles away. But they'll be just hoping that they can get to triple figures at the moment.
Worked into the gap, and it's going to find the boundary. This is a good-looking stroke from the skipper, Karan Casey. Great way to end the over as well. 16 gone, 79 for 8.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app. Unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
तर यो जित्ती दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जित्ती दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Gonna be Mullah coming in for his third, 1 for 10. Tosses this one up, trying to entice. We're going to go down to Andrew Leonard, who's got a special guest with him.
Yes, many thanks, Manali. Joshua Trump was in the team yesterday for that amazing game against the Suda Prashim Royals. Joshua, I want to ask you about that, the crowd. How did you deal with it out there? It was huge.
Yeah, the crowd was phenomenal yesterday. Definitely the biggest crowd I've ever played in front of. And yeah, the noise level was just amazing, especially being at 9 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I phoned my brother after the game and he was like, what do these people do 9 a.m. in the morning and the whole stadium is packed out? But yeah, it was just incredible to be a part of it, and yeah, really stoked to play the game.
What was it like in the first innings, where I actually thought you did really well with the ball, 120 odd? You felt that was a good effort?
Yeah, I think from the previous few games, like restricting a team to 120 would look like a really good effort. Didn't look like it was playing too many tricks. I mean, the ball, a few balls did misbehave, but yeah, we thought it was going to be a pretty comfortable chase.
It turned out to be the opposite, didn't it? I know you will have been disappointed to lose, but even just to get out there, hit that 6, you were the top scorer in the innings, you must have been delighted to contribute.
Yeah, I mean, it's you never want to be on the sidelines, so it was definitely cool to go out there and experience a bit of the atmosphere, and yeah, it was obviously good to hit a ball for 6, but yeah, it was disappointing that my innings ended so short.
You're still just a teenager, Joshua. So we get to the end here of the 17th over, the score 80 for 8. What's it like coming to a country like Nepal, somewhere you've never been before, and getting to play franchise cricket?
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically living my dream at the moment, coming and playing a franchise tournament, especially at my age. But yeah, just learning from all the guys in my team, learning from coaches like Pubudu. Yeah, it's just a great experience for me, and hopefully I can take what I've learned here into back home to America and can help me with my career, yeah.
Let me ask you about some of your teammates. Mohammed Mohsin, you know well, from the United States, but playing with Jimmy Neesham, and then some of the local players, Asif Sheikh, Anil Shah, Lala Rajbanshi is the leading wicket taker in the tournament.
Yeah, no, I've loved playing with these guys. I mean, like you said, I've played with Mohsin and a couple of the internationals, but yeah, just getting to know Ben, I've worked a bit with him in the nets, and yeah, we've shared a bit with each other on how we could approach it on this wicket, and also with Jimmy. I'm hoping I can get a round of golf with him tomorrow and I'll pick his brains. But yeah, the local talent has been phenomenal. I've been so impressed, especially with Anil and Asif. They really carry the flag well here in Nepal. But yeah, seeing bowlers like Mala and Mahato, how well they've done throughout the tournament has been fantastic.
Final question, are your eyes really on the playoffs and maybe that grand final on the 21st of December? What's the mood in the camp like for it?
Yeah, the mood is really good. It would be nice to lift the trophy. I know we got a lot of fans here and back home in Janakpur, so hopefully we can bring the championship back home to Janakpur.
Joshua, we love watching your journey. I'm so proud of what you're doing. You're 19 years of age. You're doing a great job. Wish you all the best. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you so much, Lenny. Very well spoken for a young man as well. Joshua Trump. Use of the feet goes over the bowler's head, and he's going to find the boundary. Great looking stroke from Karan Casey.
This is just time down the ground. It's like a bunt. No big flourish. Strong man.
Backing away this time, inside out, through the offside, and it goes all the way for 6. Starting to open up those shoulders, Karan Casey, and in good time. Not a lot of overs to come now.
All of a sudden, that 120 is not looking so far away anymore. Do well to get there. Great shot. Really good shot. Gave himself a little bit of room. That's always a vacant area there over extra cover's head.
Dropping extra cover deep. Bringing in the sweeper cover. And this time worked into the leg side. They'll pick up a single, and it's going to end the 18th. The Gurkhas 94 for 8.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Tidy last over for the Gurkhas. Karan KC putting on some runs. It's the tallest tower so far. They sit at 94 for 8 with 2 overs to come. 120, 130. They get that on the cards, and the Bolts are going to have to bat really well.
And the right man's on strike. He was clever enough, smart enough, Karan Casey, to just get a single off that final ball after a couple of boundaries in that over.
Heave down the ground. And they decide against the second. The fielding's been good, hasn't it? 2 really good catches.
The catching's been good. I think over the course of the competition, there's been quite a number of fumbles in the outfield when outfielders have been put under pressure. One might think, well, it's a bumpy outfield. It's not that bad at all. Just sometimes they go with one hand rather than 2.
Into the leg side again, and again just the 1 run. We've seen a few bump off knees as well when they go down on 1 knee. Long barrier.
I'm not even trying to find a boundary. Captain's obviously said to him, look, bat on ball, run, let me be the one that looks for boundaries.
Worked off the pads. Again, they're rotating the strike well. An over and a half to come.
Been some good catching. And that's one of the toughest catches to take when you're running away from the field of play. And that diving forward also not easy. Coming in off the long off boundary. Just the technique behind the catch and the dive to ensure that the elbows don't hit the ground first.
Short arm jab. And he does find the boundary, Alam. A lot of power on this one.
Oh, good strike. There's a wry smile etched across the face of Alam after he's nudged and nurdled his captain on strike. He's decided, well, this is too short and there's not enough pace on it. I'm going to have a swat. Yo, it brings up the 100.
Really well bowled. Full and wide Yorker. Great for the death.
Always a look of surprise from a batter when the umpire doesn't extend his arms out and signalling wide, but another good decision inside the wide line.
Here with their drums, the Gurkhas fans. Well bowled again. It's a dot to finish the 19th. It's a 101 for 8.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
जहाँ पनि रमपम छँदैछ नि रमपम छँदैछ नि
Tapaico, Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozo.
Innings push us close to that 110 and even higher if they can. Karan Casey, 19 off 12. The captain seeing the ball well. 2 4s, 1 6 so far from him. And it's going to be Sher Mullah to finish his spell and to finish the innings. That's going to be a wicket. Down the track, completely missing the ball, Karan Casey. And well bowled, Sher Mullah. They're 9 down.
Such a tricky customer, Sher Mullah. He has the ability to bowl the carom ball, the one that goes back in towards the right-hander as well. That one goes away. The mystery spinner has mystified Karan Casey. He has his second. Casey goes for 19. It's 101 for 9.
Five deliveries to go. And this has come in sharply. The lone person appealing, the bowler. Parsa's not out.
I wonder if he thought that this just hit the pad first. It skips on. Just at the last moment, drops the bat on it. The pitch Kandal.
Blighted this time. He tries to go down the ground. He does not have the distance. And it's going to be yet another wicket. They've been bowled out, the Kathmandu Gorkhas. They managed just 101 in their 19.3 overs as they're bowled out. They're bowled out with 3 deliveries to spare. Sher Mullah picking up 2 wickets in his final over. And this may not be enough to bring them a win. To bring them a win.
He's just too good, I'm afraid, for tail enders. Sher Mullah with all his variations. Well, the Gurkhas yesterday, they defended a low total and emerged victorious. Today they have an even lower one to defend against the very powerful side, the Bolts. They're going to have their work cut out, the Gurkhas, that's for sure. You think that 101 would be nowhere near enough. Nothing to really speak of. A start for Eskenazi and also the Namibian captain Gerard Erasmus with his 20. Karan Casey promised at the back end with some lusty blows, but eventually bundled out for 101.
The bowling's been very effective. Mahato picking up a wicket alongside Yadav. Mohsin picks up 2. And both Sher Mullah and Lalit Rajabanshi outstanding. 3 wickets each. And some really good economies as well. They make easy work of the batting. The Gurkhas never really stood a chance as they kept on losing regular wickets.
That was Michael Levitt and Stephen Eskenazi who opened the innings. And there was a couple of overthrows to get them underway. A lusty blow from Michael Levitt before he was dismissed. Wonderful catch, this backpedaling, running towards the stands and hanging on to a beauty. Jimmy Neesham was caressed through the covers by Stephen Eskenazi and then lambasted through mid-wicket before Pim Sharkey was undone by the very impressive Mohammad Mohsin. Eskenazi didn't look happy, but on closer inspection you felt that that was plumb in front. Maharajan got an absolute beauty before Erasmus started to build some form of respectability.
And then Rashid was next to go, followed by Dan Douthwaite. Not out there long enough, just one off his 5 deliveries, followed by Pratik. Erasmus tried to get a few more runs, but it was Karan Casey falling at the other end, 19 off 13 for him. A few more runs off the bat towards the tail end of the innings. Kandel not able to get off the mark. And that was the final wicket. This was the final wicket of Karan Casey. Holds out to the deep. When we come back, the Bulls need 102 off 20 overs. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the chase.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
डिस्कोमा खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै
डिश होम खुशीको कनेक्सन
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
जहाँ पनि रम्पम छँदैछ नि रम्पम छँदैछ नि
Himstar for a complete home.
Sport is in our DNA.
तिमलाई गुलाब साह्रै मन पर्छ है अनि चन्दनको सुगन्धले मनलाई शान्त र पवित्र बनाउँछ
मङ्गलदीप गुलाब चन्दन पूजा अगरबत्ती
सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी मा लगानी किन गर्ने आफ्नो बच्चाको उज्जवल भविष्यको लागि आनन्दसँग रिटायरमेन्ट बिताउनको लागि आफ्नो सपनाको घर बनाउनको लागि लङ टर्ममा धेरै फाइदा पाउनको लागि त्यसैले सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी मा हरेक महिना सानो सानो लगानी गरी लङ टर्ममा धेरै फाइदा पाउनुहोस् सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी आज एसआईपी भोलि वीआईपी
भाइ दुईटा चिसो रेड बुल गर्दिन न
भाइ रेड बुल के दिएको यो रेड बुल भनेपछि रेड बुलले चाहिन्छ
Red Bull असली नै रोजौं
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम
वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Switcha Pradhan.
नमस्कार